There is the potential for tafasitamab in combination with lenalidomide to significantly impact the treatment landscape for diffuse large B-cell lymphoma in the relapsed refractory setting. As we mentioned, the standard approach really should still be CAR T-cell for patients who are young and fit enough to receive this therapy. But for patients who relapse after CAR T-cell or who are unable to make it to an authorized treatment center for CAR T or are of significantly advanced age or with poor performance status, in those cases, more traditional pharmacologic therapies are likely to be needed and will probably be cycled through on an ongoing basis, as the patients will likely eventually lose their response to these agents. In the case of tafasitamab, this is an anti-CD19 monoclonal antibody, which was studied in a phase 2 trial in combination with lenalidomide for relapsed refractory diffuse large B-cell lymphoma patients. And what was reported and recently published was that a high proportion of patients, somewhere in the 40 to 50% range, achieved reasonably long-term remission with a impressive overall response rate of this combination. So with the anticipated approval of tafasitamab in combination with lenalidomide for diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, I think we're going to have more armamentarium and more options for patients with this disease.
So the REMIND study was a study that was presented at ASCO, and it's an interesting study looking at a lenalidomide single agent in relapsed refractory large cell lymphoma, and to use it as a real-world evidence to compare with the clinical trials of the LMIND trial, which was tafasitamab plus lenalidomide, where I mentioned the results were very impressive. And this was to try to compare what was the outcome of this population with a combination versus a single agent. And I think this was an important work because more and more real-world data, obviously, the value or the awareness of the importance of real-world data is definitely increasing rapidly. And these real-world data can confirm the clinical benefit of a new trial, but also give you a synthetic arm, if we can say, as a control group, although here this was not completely matched, as a control group, and to show that, to suggest very much that this was the combination that was really beneficial with the anti-CD19 in addition to lenalidomide.